If you're someone who's currently battling with lymphedema, rest assured that you're not alone. It's been estimated that as much as 1/4 of a billion people worldwide may currently have it. Historically, though, the disease hasn't unfortunately seemed to receive the attention it deserves from the scientific community. In the last number of years, though, that has changed. The number of articles published surrounding the disorder between 2010 and 2020 doubled that of the previous decade. Therefore, in light of this ongoing boom in our understanding of the condition today, we thought we'd look at the latest research concerning its development, why it's important to address, and the most effective treatment strategies. But first, as always, please take note of our disclaimer. To begin, let's get into what lymphedema exactly is. But to do that, we'll need to explain our lymphatic system. This is an organ system that all vertebrates have. It's a subsystem of both the immune and circulatory systems. It's made up of a large network of lymphatic vessels, lymph nodes, lymphoid organs, lymphoid tissues, and lymph. It serves three purposes. First is the facilitation of the absorption of dietary fats from the gastrointestinal tract to the bloodstream for metabolism or storage. The second is the enhancement and facilitation of the immune system. And last, the one that impacts lymphedema is fluid regulation, so we'll focus on this one in particular. But to explain why that is, we'll also need to touch on the circulatory system briefly. This system mainly aims to bring oxygen and nutrients to body tissues and remove waste. Each transfer is done at the capillaries, the smallest blood vessels in the body that connect the arteries by way of the arterioles, bringing blood away from the heart, to the veins by way of venules that carry blood back to the heart. Capillaries are very thin and thus are quite leaky. This is how at the arterial ends of capillary beds, blood plasma containing oxygen and nutrients can be released outside into tiny spaces surrounding cells known as interstitial spaces that help nourish the cells. Likewise, capillary permeability is how tissue fluid containing carbon dioxide, waste, damaged cells, and bacteria can contrarily be reabsorbed at the venous end of the capillaries for elimination. On average, about 20 litres of our blood travel through our capillaries daily. However, about 3 litres of filtered blood doesn't get reabsorbed back into our venous system, and instead remains in the interstitial space. And this is where the lymphatic system comes in. That's because, on top of the cardiovascular capillaries connecting to these interstitial spaces, small lymph capillaries do too, helping to pick up the leftover fluid, referred to as lymph, once it enters the lymphatic system. Once the lymphatic capillaries collect lymph, it is transferred to the lymphatic vessels through muscular contractions, passing through numerous lymph nodes that filter out the unwanted damaged cells, bacteria, and waste products. Next, the filtered lymph arrives at a much larger lymph vessel called the lymph duct, of which we have two. The right lymphatic duct drains the right upper side of our body, encompassing the right side of the head and neck, the right side of the thorax, and the right upper limb. The other lymph from the rest of the body is collected through the much larger of the two, the thoracic duct. Finally, both ducts enter their corresponding subclavian vein and are returned to the circulatory system. Okay, now that that's out of the way, what is lymphedema? In a nutshell, lymphedema occurs when something disrupts the lymphatic system to the point where it cannot adequately transport the lymph for elimination, and consequently an abnormal amount of protein-rich fluid develops in the tissues. This is concerning as it can progressively cause stiffness, swelling, difficulty fitting into clothing, alter sensation, skin discoloration, pain, limb heaviness, and loss of daily functionality. And on top of that, since protein-rich fluid enables tissue channels to increase in size and number, it reduces oxygen availability, which can negatively interfere with wound healing, making you more prone to infection. The causes of lymphedema are categorized into primary lymphedema and secondary lymphedema. The less common of the two is primary lymphedema. It affects about 1 in every 100,000 people. This is when lymphedema is inherited, which causes the lymphatic system not to develop properly. On the other hand, the leading cause of lymphedema is the secondary type. This is when people have previously had a normal functioning lymphatic system that then becomes damaged. While the most common cause of it worldwide is filariasis, a disease in which parasitic roundworms occupy and occlude lymphatic vessels. In developed countries, most cases are due to malignancy or related to treating malignancy. But there are other causes too, such as immobility, trauma and injury, obesity, infections like cellulitis, medical conditions that cause inflammation, as well as venous diseases. On a quick side note though, if you'd like to undertake our evidence-based and results-backed personalised plate.weight management program, please click the link in the top right-hand corner of the video or follow the link in our description. This leads us then to what the literature indicates the current conservative best practices are to help manage the condition. Well, there's been many strategies proposed to help lymphedema. Above all, a review on the subject in 2021 by Bergman et al. Concluded that complex dementive therapy, or CDT, was the treatment of choice for most lymphedema patients. Studies carried out with different lymphedema etiologies have shown that CDT reduces limb volume and symptoms and improves quality of life, and patients report satisfaction with the treatment they receive. CDT is composed of 4 individual treatments. The first is skincare. People with lymphedema can often present with skin changes, making them more prone to infections and worsening the condition. As such, patients are instructed to take daily hygiene measures such as washing and moisturizing while taking extra care to avoid skin damage. Secondly is lymph drainage. This is a type of therapy where a trained therapist carries out precise, light, smooth, slow, and rhythmic maneuvers on the superficial lymphatic system, considering the lymphatic system's anatomy and physiology. This helps to improve the collection of leftover interstitial fluid that we spoke about earlier into the lymphatic capillaries, improve the contractility of the lymphatic collectors, and enhance lymph node absorption. Thirdly, considered the main resource for lymphedema treatment, compression therapy has been indicated to improve pain, functionality, and quality of life. It's done to reduce excess interstitial fluid through decreased blood ultrafiltration, greater resorption, and better muscle pumping, while also helping to improve venous return and minimize interstitial fibrosis. And lastly is exercise, since it also helps venous return and lymphatic absorption through muscle pumping. Nevertheless, the best course of action in treating lymphedema should be taken on a case-by-case basis and discussed with your doctor first. Do you have lymphedema? What have your experiences been? We'd love to hear from you in the comment section down below. Additionally, if you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. So, that has been our video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.